Can love tame the wild, or does the wild always find a way to remind us who's in charge? In the quiet hills of Moore Park, California, lies a sanctuary where humans and exotic animals coexist in a delicate dance of trust and instinct. This is the Wildlife and Environmental Conservation Sanctuary, founded by the passionate and fearless Patty Perry. A woman known for her deep affection for animals, Perry didn't just care for them, she lived among them, especially the most powerful of all, Bengal tigers. But one fateful December afternoon in 2019 would test everything she believed. It was supposed to be a day of celebration, a donor event at the sanctuary where guests mingled, snapped photos, and admired the exotic animals Patty had nurtured for years. As always, Perry stepped into the tiger enclosure, smiling as the massive, striped creatures approached. To most, this would seem like tempting fate, but for Perry, it was routine. These tigers weren't just animals, they were family. Then, in a heartbeat, everything changed. One of the tigers suddenly leapt forward, wrapping its enormous paws around Patty's legs and pulling her down. Before she could react, another tiger pounced, pinning her to the ground. Gasps echoed from onlookers. Chaos broke out. Firefighters and staff sprinted into action, using every ounce of courage and training to pull the tigers away. The scene was terrifying. Patty lay bleeding from deep puncture wounds to her neck and body, her clothes shredded, her body battered. She was rushed to the hospital, her life hanging in the balance. News of the mauling spread like wildfire, igniting debates across the world. How could such a thing happen? Were the tigers attacking out of instinct, or had something gone horribly wrong? Michael Bradbury, the sanctuary's attorney and a close friend of Perry, described the horrifying moment, but also shared something unexpected. Even while hospitalized, Patty insisted the tigers weren't attacking, they were playing. She called it rough affection, explaining that these animals, raised by her since they were cubs, didn't mean harm. They were just playing, she told Bradbury. But how can a 300-pound predator play without deadly consequences? This incident wasn't just shocking. It was emblematic of a larger issue in wildlife conservation. Tigers are not domesticated pets. They're apex predators with instincts honed over millennia. According to Big Cat Rescue, there have been over 900 big cat attacks since 1990. Most experts agree full contact with adult tigers is a dangerous gamble. The Association of Zoos and Aquariums, AZA, strictly advises against it, especially outside of cub-rearing scenarios. Yet Patty Perry's sanctuary operates independently, with a philosophy rooted in emotional bonds rather than strict regulations. It's a method that has drawn both admiration and outrage. Critics argue that Perry's approach, while fueled by love, blurs a line that should never be crossed. When does affection become naivety? Can deep emotional connections override centuries of wild behavior? And most chilling of all, what if next time the play ends in tragedy? But for Patty Perry, the answer is unwavering. Even after the attack, even through the pain, she remains devoted. Her tigers are not monsters. They are misunderstood, mistreated creatures in need of trust, love, and safety. She views her injuries not as a warning, but as a reminder of how deeply she is connected to them. Patty's story isn't just about one woman and her tigers. It's about the limits of human-animal relationships, about how far we're willing to go to build bridges between species, and about the cost of crossing those lines. So we're left with a question: can you ever truly love a wild animal and be loved back safely? Patty Perry believes so, but her blood-stained lesson is a haunting reminder. In the realm of the wild, love alone may not be enough. Stay tuned for more stories of courage, caution, and the creatures who walk the line between wild and wonderful.